Scotch lovers.
What's up?
This is Scotch for Dummies. And you can tell I'm introing because we must have an Islay.
Imagine that.
That's right. So today we are starting with the Kilchoman Machir Bay. So Kilchoman. So I apologize for our perception.
We don't really apologize.
We don't really care.
So this is a fairly new bottle. So Islay or Kilchoman is only a young distillery. Really started distilling in 2005 and didn't even launch a whiskey until 2012. So this is a young distillery, and so
and it's like farm to table, right?
It is farm to table. They grow their own grain. They distill their own liquor.
Start with you, sir.
It's like bottling bacon.
I know. Hopefully it tastes like that.
Right?
So young distillery, we're drinking the Machir Bay today, and this is a non-age statement. It is, I don't know, I mean we just got it a couple months ago, or a month ago, so I don't know the bottling date, but
Was it there?
Well, let me ask you,
you.
so being so young, are you surprised that it's a non-age statement? I mean...
No, without getting a distillery, I mean you can't, if they just started distilling in 2005, they can't have a 12-year-old Scotch.
Right.
They can't do
So
it.
this
They gotta get some of their oldest stuff in. Yeah.
You gotta make some money.
As you can tell, it's chock full of E150.
No.
Yeah, well,
So
there's
that's
so
the
much of
beauty.
it.
Non-chill filter,
Yep.
no color, natural color. This is what it is. And you run it by your nose, yeah, it's an Islay.
Oh yeah.
I smell this is
No doubt about
I
it.
mean, it's.
Wow, what's going on there?
Hello there.
Man, this
love
is oily too.
So you smell that, and it comes. So it's 46% alcohol.
Holy moly!
It's about a $65 bottle in Indiana in mid 2016, but
Okay.
so.
Man, that is.
Smells.
So this smells like what I would
Wow.
do if I owned a farm on an island somewhere, right? Like,
Wait a minute.
we could eat this grain or we could turn it into booze.
We'll take half and do both.
I think what we ought to do is turn it into booze.
Because you can live off booze.
You need the
Why
peat
couldn't
though
you?
to make it smell like this.
we have to mothball
We don't have
first, though. And
There's
then
no peat.
Great nose.
So you're saying I have
this-
to pick a farm on a particular
On a
island.
particular island. So this is
I
also.
can do that.
It smells like pork barbecue to me.
No,
Oh, yeah.
not as much
Not
as
as
normal.
much to me, you're right.
Not super sweet.
It
But
doesn't
there's
have a lot of the sweet notes. I get a lot. The more I smell it, the more the sweet's coming
What
out.
is that smell? Oh, come on, Drew. What is that? It's
It's
So-
got sweet and smoky.
So right now, as it's neat, the nose is pretty much all
And this is
smoky.
a 46, so it's got a little heat to it. But we find that the smokier ones. Are you chewing on that?
I am.
it's
Okay.
like caramelized onions.
So,
Yeah,
I didn't smell the pork barbecue as
You
much.
pulled caramelized
Hot
onions.
damn if I don't taste
What do you think about that, huh? Marzipan?
I'm impressed.
There's
All right.
some marzipan in there. There's
No, there's
barbecue
definitely not.
pork up in that. I know for a fact. There is bacon in there. Okay.
Yes, there
You
is.
caramelize some onions on the grill. You're
Um.
gonna get some of that in there.
All right. I gotta let this sit for a second. Chew on my tongue a
There's a
little
lot in there.
Oh wow!
bit. It is hot. I mean, it's 46%.
And it's an non-age, so it's a young.
That's true. That's a good
It's
point.
got some flavor.
Man, it's got some char to it,
What was your price point?
right?
About 65. See now this you can tell the bottle is not newly opened.
Nope.
But tonight this is having a lot more smoke than I was remembering. I mean this.
I don't remember it either.
This comes with its game on, man.
does.
It's got a game face to it. It's got some smoke. It's got some char. It's got a little sweet on the back end to kind of mellow everything
Holy
out.
moly!
Yeah,
This
'cause
one's
I
gonna
do- I
last.
do get
This
some
one,
vanilla
yeah,
in
so
there.
neat.
Yeah.
Man.
You
can
could
sit
probably let
back,
this sit here and sit
sit
for
back and let
Right.
it go.
plenty of time.
I
Let it
mean-
open up.
There's no hurry to this one.
Maybe
The longer
we
it
need to
sits, the
pause
more
this
it-
video and come back in a few minutes. Let
Right
it,
back.
Let it,
And we're back.
let it.
Damn it.
Two of us are laying on the floor. Somebody's drooling on
Bottles
themselves.
empty. Game's over.
Marker on the face. You know, gang signs over here.
That almost never happens.
Oh my gosh.
This
what's
is an
the-
interesting bottle. I mean, it's
Usually we're in a boat or something like
I
that's
know.
going down.
Wish I wasn't a boat.
selfie. You can put some
But
water.
see, it is getting sweeter. Now that the nose isn't nearly as smoky, it's sweeter. I mean, honestly, it's just got to let it air out a little bit.
Yeah, so
I'm surprised how much of a char flavor this has, though. Are you getting that?
Well, yes, but you know, as we let it sit, and now I'm pulling in more. I am actually getting some lemon. in the kind
Yeah,
of
I get a little bit of that.
in the fore flavor. Just when you first let it run over your tongue, that lemon is. So that's why when I first tasted this, this was a Scotch that I thought, you know, this is clear Islay. The signature smoke,
Right.
the punch.
That's not fair.
But if you let it sit and let it kind of air out a little bit, it really becomes lighter.
Right.
And
Yeah.
the smoke does die down. That's part of what you see with some of these the young smokes. They got a lot of that smoke, but then it disappears.
It almost hasn't had enough time to kind of mellow through
Yeah, I
the
don't know how
liquid
it does that,
and
but yeah.
establish itself as part of the character.
See now the smoke is much less prevalent.
Well-
And you get those lemon and a little bit of grass.
Maybe. I'm not getting the lemon that much.
Oh, I do.
I get like
maybe a hint of the rind or something.
I still catch the smoke in the
Exactly.
in the palate.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, it's
Back
there,
but
but
it's almost got a crispness, like a slate kind of
Yeah.
flinty. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's all neat. So let's
Wow.
put a little water on it.
put a little water, a little
It-
log on.
Hope it doesn't
So-
wash it out. But we'll see.
I'm gonna kickstart this thing off here.
All right,
Look at this, man.
So this is a very interesting Scotch for me. I'm starting to like Islays a lot more and more, and this guy is bold. Wow, it's really good.
Look at the water sit at the bottom of it.
I know,
What?
it just freaking...
Can you see it?
It can hold the water
See,
fine.
that's weird.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
It does make it a little bit sweeter in the nose, I think, but the water does not really hurt the taste at all. I mean, I didn't put
Oh,
that
wow.
much on there, but this is a really strong, bold flavor. I mentioned caramelized onions. I mean, anything you can put in the grill, and just think of it just getting caramelized, a little sugary, a little
that's
bit,
it.
and that char taste. That's what I'm getting out of this. It's really good. I'm actually.
This could probably handle
I tell you guys, for 60
Don't be
bucks,
scared.
I mean, if
He's
you're
gone.
buying an Isla for 65 bucks in this taste, I'm going 3.
Ooh, man!
This is a good glass.
He's the man.
I'm a little
Pronounce
shocked
it?
at myself.
Pronounce it?
What?
The Scotch.
Kilchoman.
Kilchoman.
I wanted him
Kilchoman.
to do it after he gave it a 3.
Kilchoman.
Kilchoman.
The blue box one. Give me
blue
another
box.
one. So I guess it's me. I like the blue box.
I like it.
So this is an interesting Scotch. It's got the flavor profile of a younger Scotch, I think. I mean, it's got a little bit of rough around the edges. You know, it would be an even more interesting glass, I think, if they let it sit in a barrel for another 5 or 6 years.
If they had time, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, that's
You
the
gotta make some
beauty of
money.
this distillery is it
Brand
is such a
new.
young distillery. So you can buy bottles of this, inexpensive bottles, and kind of watch the progression and how this distillery
Yeah.
changes as they get better at their craft. You know, as they're able to let some of these barrels sit for longer periods of time and barrel at
Sure.
higher ages. So this is going to be an interesting one to follow, I think. This particular offering, it's got, I've never tasted, and I like Islays, but it's almost got a charry flavor to it. You know, it's not just the smoke, it's
That's why
like
I love
just
it so
charred
much.
barrel.
Right.
I love grilling
that's-
Charlie. It's just,
That's
Yeah.
got it, it's got like a charcoal flavor
Yeah.
profile almost. That's,
good.
I don't know if I like it or not, but it's got a lot of other stuff going on. It held up to the water great. It's got sweet, it's got smoke. It's a good glass. I'm going to give it a 2.5. I think it's got a lot of potential, and for 65 bucks, how are you going to go wrong?
Yeah, that's true.
Alright.
It's a good bottle.
All right, so the blue for me,
Kilchoman.
it's a lot going on. At 46%, it handles water just fine. As a matter of fact, the water doesn't hurt the flavor at all.
It doesn't. taper it at all.
My initial nose, I think, which is what Andrew said, the initial nose is like, whoa, everybody can smell it from a mile away. Let it air out a little bit, that dissipates. Initial taste was definitely, pork barbecue. I was like, God damn, that's a piece of bacon. Second taste, not so much. So it does change once your senses numb a little from the 46% alcohol.
for sure.
But I liked it, and for $65, I think it's an interesting Islay. I mean, it's not a Lagavulin, but it's got enough going on where I want another drink. I want to take another sip. It still lingers for a long time. You get that smoke for a long time that you're going to get on a typical Islay. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to give it a 2.5. I actually like the really light color. I like the way it looks. I like the way it smells. And I like it with water. I didn't kill it. It maintains.
Not at all.
So,
There you go.
I'll give it a 2.5 as well. Machir Bay.
Machir Bay.
All right, here he comes.
All right. So yes, this is my wheelhouse.
Dun dun dun.
Shocker.
So, you know, I've tasted a lot of Islas, and this one is different than any one I've had. In that, I feel, if you can have a summer Isla, this is a summer Isla. Because it's got a little bit of lemon in it. It's like a lemon shandy of Scotch, but way better than any lemon shandy I've ever had.
What do you say?
God, I hope so.
Oh my God.
I know, right?
So I like the fact that
The summer experience is what you're going after.
yeah, the
here.
summer experience.
Gotcha.
So once you give it some time and add a little water or this can handle ice, whatever you want to do in the summer. Once you get the initial palate is sweet, it's lemon, it's it's really refreshing.
Yep.
But then you sit back and just let the smoke roll.
Yep.
Because the smoke the finish is very long and very smoky.
Yep.
And I like that. And so it's not too potent, especially if you put a rock on it. Perfect. I'm going to give this a 3 finger out of 4 because
I knew it.
it's a great
It's really good.
representation of something different from Islay. It's not your,
And for $65, you can afford to
That's
sell
why.
it.
That's what I'm saying. It's a value. It's such a unique. I think this says unique on here, doesn't it?
Probably.
Somewhere.
Uniquely Islay.
Uniquely Islay. It is. It's actually. It's really
it's
good.
unique for Islay.
So Andrew says when it's warm enough to wear the shorter kilts, go with the blue bottle.
I knew you were crafting something. I was going to say something. He's got something.
That's what I heard. Is that what you heard? That's what I
Summer
heard.
kilts,
I
man.
don't know.
Summer
I mean,
kilts,
come on.
yeah.
Versus the winter kill.
Absolutely.
All right, so 3, 2.5,
2.5, and 3.
So 2.5,
2 and 3
3
quarters. All
Now
right.
this is
Bye,
not
bye,
your
bye.
entry
And
level.
one
This
disturbing
is,
visual.
This is some smoke, so you're buying an Islay here. Don't forget.
Kilchoman Machir Bay.
Good Coleman.
It's
Kilchoman.
Go buy a bottle.
it's bold, but good.
I think you guys are
Good
enjoy
value
this one.
bottle right here. I'm telling you.
275.
Kilchoman
Dummies.
Machir Bay.
Yep.
There you go.
Cheers.
Cheers, gents. Hey, Scotch lovers. Thanks for watching.
Joining the conversation.
More videos below.
And hit subscribe before you go so you can get the new videos when they come out.
Slashing.
Cheers.